Hello there, welcome to Fulcrum and the Force. I'm Jim and this is my channel dedicated to everything Star Wars. And this is episode 2 of Jim's Cantina. There is a lot to talk about. Where do we start? I think we start with a big one, The Mandalorian. I mean, whoa. Spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing on the internet. Get off the internet and go and watch it. Because I'm about to talk about it all. This series, season 2 specifically, I think has been, in my opinion, better than 1. Both amazing seasons, but this season gave us a bigger arc and a better connection to the universe as a whole, or the universe that we already know. I quite like seeing all the bits and pieces that we haven't seen before, but when you go ahead and you throw at us Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, Socatano, Luke Skywalker, like, wow. Let's talk about it bit by bit. So first and foremost, obviously we were teased right at the beginning with Boba Fett, obviously, and Tatooine, no armor, no nothing. I'm glad we were able to see him come back later. There was part of me that was like, is that all we're getting for this season? Just a quick, kind of like we did in season 1, we saw like his boots, and I was like, is this what they're gonna do, like 3-4 seasons and then we finally get to see him? But they didn't do that, which is good. So seeing Boba Fett and Tamura Morrison reprise his role was incredible. When he puts on the armor, it's just, it was Boba Fett, and Boba Fett had done right. You know, if you've only ever seen the films, Boba Fett kind of goes out a little bit like a punk. Gets tripped up, thrown in a sarlacc. Whereas this, you saw who Boba Fett really was and how much of a badass he truly is. And right at the end, we got the tease of the Book of Boba Fett. So, you know, an entire series dedicated just to him. I'm all in. All in! So exciting. Other characters, Bo-Katan. Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan was phenomenal. Obviously, she does the voice for her in Rebels and Clone Wars. But to see her, like, in the flesh, it was incredible. It's one of those where you're like, oh, the person who does the voice looks exactly like the character. Perfect. Perfect casting. And she was awesome. Obviously, connecting it to the shows, her out there looking for her Darksaber as the leader of Mandalore. And obviously we know Moff Gideon's got it. Great connection to the other lore. And then we were given the gift, the absolute gift. There was Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. That episode when it was like titled, and it was titled The Jedi, and I was like, ooh, maybe we'll get to see her right at the end. Nah, they didn't mess about. Straight up, first shot, sabers. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. And that episode as a whole was fantastic. She was the live action embodiment of Ahsoka Tano, a character that is very close to my heart. As you know, I have her tattooed on my body. Oh, can't really see that there. There she is. So to see her there was just amazing, and obviously she helped find out that the child's name is Grogu, not Bongo. Shame, they missed a trick there. Should have been Bongo. And obviously leading us into him going to one of the first Jedi temples, and where that led eventually to. But to talk about Ahsoka a little bit more, obviously she's now getting her own series. So excited by that. The mention of Grand Admiral Thrawn, that links directly to Rebels. And I'm kind of hoping that that's where that show goes. Kind of the search for Ezra with Sabine Wren and, you know, Syndulla and even Zeb, if they can do it. Just give me a live action Rebel show and I'll be a happy boy. But also, what I did like about that is the fact that she didn't go with the Mandalorian at the end of the episode. I think had she gone, the focus would have switched away from Mando a little bit to her, and I didn't want that. As much as I love her dearly, this is Mando's show, and I wanted it to stick with Mando, and it did that, and I thought that was really, really good. And then obviously we got the news that she's getting her own show anyway, so that was just perfect. And then, you know, with the return of Boba Fett in the suit, and then Slave One, and then they blew up the Razor Crest. What the hell? We need what? I love that ship. It's just come out of Lego. Now it's just a big pile of Lego bricks. I'm assuming they're going to rebuild that, right? Like he's going to use. I don't know. He's got to rebuild it, right? Tell me he's going to rebuild it, please. I love that ship. But there's so much to go through with this series. So much good stuff happened, and it felt full, like a full universe, and I loved it. But let's talk about that last episode, shall we? Oh my days! I did not see that coming. I'll be honest. Like, so Grogu sent out a distress signal essentially to other Jedi, and there was so much conjecture on the internet about who's going to come. Like, is it going to be Ezra? Is Ahsoka going to come back? Is it going to be Luke? Is it going to be this person, that person? Is it going to be Mace Windu? A lot of people seem to think. He got lobbed out of a window. Mace Windu. I didn't know who it was going to be. Part of me did genuinely think, because we'd already seen Ahsoka, that it could have been Ezra, but the timeline doesn't quite match up because he's still missing. So when that bit, and they all stood there, and the Dark Troopers are trying to get in, and they look at the camera, and then it's just the X-Wing flies in, I was like, no. And then the cloak, and he comes through, and then you see the green blade, and then you see the hilt. Now, I'm a big fan of that hilt as well. I have it tattooed on my body there. So this show gave me my two favourite Star Wars things just in one season. And for him to turn up at the end and be full on Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, Jedi Master if you want, probably not quite there yet. Still Jedi Knight, it's only 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Done by Mark Hamill and just de-aged. Like, thanks. Thank you so much for that. And that's incredible. Every part of that made me happy. Like, I couldn't have been happier. I couldn't have been a happier boy. That was everything to me. And I cried. I was in bits. Absolute bits. So good. What does that mean for season 3, though? Because obviously if Boba Fett's going off to get his own show, he's taking his ship. Mando needs a new ship. Mando no longer has Grogu either. So what does that mean for season 3, and what does that mean for Grogu as a whole? Like, he's gone off, but we don't know what happens to him between then and when Luke does the Jedi Temple and then leaves. So that'll be interesting. Will the show lose a little bit of its glimmer without Grogu? I don't think so, because I think you've got a lot of other stories to tell. But I think that character has brought a lot of people into it, which I think is good. And I'm quite interested to see overall them do a show of him and his further adventures with his little group of people. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. Amazing. Mandalorian, absolutely amazing. Blown away by this season. Absolutely blown away. Some of the best Star Wars. Like, recently we've had some of the best Star Wars. With that, and season 7 of Clone Wars. I mean, it's up here. Wow. And then that leads us into all the announcements that we had. We had announcements of like 17,000 Star Wars shows. Obviously we've got the Obi-Wan Kenobi show coming. Nice. Return of Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'm wondering if it's just going to be flashbacks. And if it's going to be flashbacks, there's a chance that they could throw a Socatano in there as well. Just a thought. Then we've got, what was it, Rangers of the Republic, which is all about the dudes in the X-Wings. Pew pew! Looking forward to that. That should be fun. Again, that's just something else in a different part of the universe that we can kind of look into. Then we've got Acolyte, which is about somewhere in something to do with the High Republic and dark side of stuff. That's good. All the High Republic stuff I'm looking forward to. So, a whole element of Star Wars we've never even known about before. We had a load of shorts, some anime stuff. I'm probably missing something huge, and people are shouting at the video at the moment going, "You've forgotten about this." But we've got a Rogue Squadron film coming. That's got to have Wedge in it, right? It's got to have Wedge in it. How are they going to do Wedge? Are they going to do a younger Wedge or an older Wedge? Smaller Wedge, bigger Wedge. Yes. And I'm kind of hoping they do a younger Wedge, and like how he started. Like we've seen him a little bit. He was in Rebels, and so obviously we've seen him there, and we've seen him at the Death Star. So there's a little bit of time they could play with, or they could go with whatever happened to him, sort of in the same sort of timeline as Mandalorian, where he's rocking about now, because obviously he came back at the end of Rise of Skywalker, so we know he's out there and we know he's about. That's cool. Lando's getting a show. We don't know whether that's going to be a Billy D show. I don't think so. Or whether they're gonna go young again and bring him back to do that instead of like Solo 2. I hope it's a younger one. I actually I don't know where I would like to see. Do I want to see something before Solo, or do I want to see Solo onwards? Because the thing is, before Solo he'd have the Falcon. After Solo he doesn't. So I don't know. I'd quite like to see his story. It should be a good one. There's just so much good stuff coming, and I'm so excited by all of it. Stay tuned to the channel, because anytime that we get some more news, like I said, I'm not a news channel. This will never be a news channel. It's always very much a case of me sitting here chatting about the things I like in Star Wars, and this is what I like in Star Wars right now. So yeah, I think I'm not sure what my next video might be. Don't know. I've got loads of things. I might do a figure review. I got the new Clone Wars Ahsoka Tano figure. It's quite excited to get that. I might do a full-on review of the Ahsoka book. I might do some stuff that's not dedicated to Ahsoka Tano. Who knows? I've got a graphic novel somewhere that's a Fallen Order one, so I might do a bit of that. But yeah, I'd sit and chat about the Mandalorian for a bit, and a little bit about where Star Wars is going from here. I have had a few people request some sort of how-to guides on how to use the lightsabers, not use them, but like how to use them, how to cycle through sounds and colours and how they work and that. So I might do that, maybe a close-up look at a couple of different sabers and how they work. That could be cool. And I might have an interview with someone coming up soon. Quite an interesting interview, but I'm still trying to just get everything sort of set down. But that's it for this video. Tell me what you thought of the Mandalorian. Tell me what you thought of the reveal of Luke, and if you liked it. If you didn't like it, I'm cool with people not liking everything. It's all good, as long as we can have a cool discussion and not everybody jump on each other. I'd rather always just sit, discuss what we like, discuss what we don't like, agree that that's all cool, and no one get aggro. There's no need for it. This is all fantasy. It's just a story. It's just fun. It's just entertainment. Let's not get so uptight about it, okay? Okay. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram, Fulcrum Force. And I'll catch you next time. Don't forget, we are one with the Force, and the Force is with us.